welcome back. It has been a while, but yes, it's time for E3. It's almost upon us, and here is my E3 of 2018 prediction. Now, of course, let's cut to the chase. Sony PlayStation 5 not happening. Okay, it's not happening, really. Of course it's not. Even though Sony did say that PlayStation 4 is reaching its end phase, or has begun its end phase, they just mean that they're working on transitioning to a next generation, and that could still take up 2 to even maybe 3 years. So PlayStation 5, 2018, E3, not happening, maybe next year. A big ass maybe. So let's start with Sony. Now, Sony is in an incredible spot. I mean, they are in the best spot they have ever been. They are making more money than they've ever done with PlayStation, and their games are selling more than they've ever sold. God of War, Uncharted, Horizon, they are all selling like Nintendo games, even though they're not selling 20, 30 million, but you know what I mean. Now, what I think is because, of course, Sony's bigger teams have already launched their big games or are still working on their big games, and I highly believe that like Santa Monica Studios and Guerrilla Games are working on PlayStation 5, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to see a AAA game being announced, to be honest. They're definitely going to announce 1 or 2 games that are exclusive to PlayStation 4, but will they be as big as Horizon and Uncharted? Probably not. What we are going to see though, and of course that's a given, because I think they've already announced that, is we're going to see Ghost of Tsushima gameplay. Now you have to understand, this is a big game that nobody knows about. At least we don't know anything about it, because they haven't shown anything besides the one little trailer. So I'm super excited for Ghost of Tsushima. I think it's going to be like an open world Japan setting with like a Tenchu-ish gameplay. That's what I think. And they're of course going to show The Last of Us 2 gameplay. That is going to be, trust me, that's going to be the last game for PS4, the last big game for PS4. And so they're going to announce that. They're going to announce at least 1 or 2 new exclusive games, and I think, I'm not entirely sure, I hope it's going to be a price cut. I think it's time for a price cut, and they probably will show a lot of third-party games, a lot of games that are upcoming, indie games, maybe a couple of VR games, but nothing major. They are mostly going to focus on these games, also Days Gone, maybe release date, Spider-Man, release date we already have, but you know what I mean. They're of course also going to show Medieval. I'm super excited for that. Now, for the rumors, there are rumors about Bloodborne 2. There are rumors about Devil May Cry 5. That will be fucking cool. And so yeah, there are quite a lot of rumors going around, but Bloodborne 2, I don't see that happening. Of course, Japan Studio has been working on something. Like, they have to work on something. That's probably one of those 2 games they're going to announce, but it's not going to be like God of War or Uncharted. That's my prediction. For Sony, overall, they're going to have a good show, but don't expect Horizon, God of War stuff. If they would show Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's just day one. I don't give a shit. Okay, Microsoft. Microsoft is in the worst position they have ever been. And they are definitely, if there's one company that you're like, okay, they're ending, they're going out of the console generations, they're leaving, it's Microsoft, right? So the Xbox One X is selling pretty well. Well, actually it's not, but who gives a shit? But gaming-wise, there's just nothing. There is absolutely nothing. Crackdown 3 still hasn't released yet. You know, Skillbound got cancelled. Sea of Thieves isn't that good. State of Decay 2, is that the name, isn't that good. And they just have nothing. Microsoft is probably going to announce like a Gears of War, another Halo, another Forza. That's like the 3 games are probably going to announce. They're probably going to announce Crackdown 3's release date, finally, after all these years, and let's hope that's a good game. They're going to talk about Game Pass, backwards compatibility, 6 teraflops power, Xbox One X, blah 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 blah. They are going to show a lot of games. That's definitely what I'm expecting. They're probably going to do it like last year and just talk a lot of bullshit saying console exclusive, even though it's just timed exclusive, or exclusive, even though it's just available on PS4 like maybe like a month or 6 later. But still, they're probably going to want to show gamers like, hey, we have games upcoming too. They probably are going to show Japanese games like they did yesterday. Like, hey guys, we have Japanese games too, even though they're not selling that well. Besides Monster Hunter, because that game sold pretty well. So Microsoft needs to go all out in their best situation. They need to go and announce like 1 or 2 new IPs exclusive to the Xbox and PC probably. But I'm not entirely sure if we're going to see that happening. Now, Nintendo is pretty much like Sony in an incredible good spot. The Nintendo Switch is selling like freaking hotcakes, even though it's kind of slowing down a little bit. And their games are great, and their games are selling a lot. But they have a lot of ports this year, a little bit too many ports for many people's taste. As I've never got a Nintendo system, for me they're all new games, so I'm happy that the Switch is getting those. But what I expect from Nintendo, well, Pokemon kind of has been announced already, so that's pretty cool. But like a Fire Emblem, but like the real strategy one, I would love an Advance Wars. I actually played Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance. That was pretty cool. I liked Advance Wars. I would love to see a new RPG from Nintendo, because it really seems that out of the big three, even with Sony and its giant focus on Japan, it seems that Sony just doesn't want to make a traditional Japanese RPG, and Nintendo does. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is one of the best RPGs I have played in a long time, and I would love to see that type of game being announced for Nintendo again. Like, Nintendo could really say like, hey, Sony and Microsoft, you have all these big games, but we also have exclusive good RPGs. And the fans of the genre, like me, will definitely flock to the Switch to get that RPG. Now, if they announce like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 or X remake, whatever port, I would be happy too, since I never played those games. Nintendo itself, like, it's really hard because I don't like, since I never had a Nintendo system, I don't really know what they could announce. But of course, they're going to show Metroid Prime 4. Probably something with Mario, Kirby, not entirely sure. But I hope, again, I hope they're going to announce at least one new IP. That would be so cool. A little bit more mature, like an RPG, like a Japanese RPG. That will be so cool. Fire Emblem, Advance Wars, mixed with the Pokemon they announced, and Metroid Prime 4 could make Nintendo's E3 fucking good. Really, really, really good. So those are my predictions for E3 2018. Overall, it probably is going to be really good, especially Nintendo and Sony. Microsoft could definitely come out with a hard punch and say, what? We do have the games. I just don't see that happening. But yeah, leave it in the comments below. What do you predict for E3 2018? What do you hope to see and to be announced at E3 in 2018? Leave it in the comments below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like always, you're gonna see me next time.